these teams want here, and like we've said, the reason we're talking about playoffs so much is the Gauntlet format is brutal.
Definitely is, and it's, again, super important that for this Gauntlet format you're as highly rated as possible, but in King's case, they need to make it.
Yeah.
First and foremost, they need to not get auto-relegated, so this will help them if they can find a win.
That's true. A 1 win's at least good, 2 will be better. We'll see what happens here as LGD and King enter their first draft here. Vladimir Yasuo, the first 2 bans there, so Insect being completely targeted out.
Yep.
As Callista, the staple ban there, followed by a Rise there for King.
LGD have a plan.
Yep, Echo ban there as well.
Putting it straight in place. They have focused Insec out with those 2 bans. Thankfully, Insec has the Rengar and every other standard top laner available to him to play, or he could just do that.
Who knows?
I don't really know what they're going to do. It is King.
I never know what Insect wants to do. He's always a curious gentleman. 5 seconds left now for King. See what they want to take out of this draft. It is going to be Shen, actually. So another top laner bites the dust. That's 4.
Yeah.
4 out of 6.
So the Braum is still available, and this kind of denies the possibility of maybe the Ezreal, but the Yasuo has been banned, so LGD could be looking towards that as a possibility. I don't think they go for that in their first rotation, so they do still have the Victor as a possibility, something that is quite popular at the moment, and then all of the support options ever. Even, you could just go standard with a jungle pick.
You could.
Not reveal anything.
Yeah, plenty open here. There's LGD trying to figure out what the best first pick in this particular draft is. We've seen drafting be very important, very up and down in the LPL, but LGD actually for both these AD carry players.
Yeah, one of the most played ADs between the two of recent times, and not just for the AD carry, for the rest of the team, as Insec is just going about his champions that he loves to play. Hovered Lee Sin a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I saw Tryndamere.
Yeah.
You can see him talking now to his coaches, being like, guys, can I play Rengar?
Is this okay?
Yeah, I mean, like, we got to win, right? Guys, I have to carry.
He did well last time, to be fair. He was about 6-1 before they actually lost the game, so not too bad as the Rengar pick. I would be surprised if it was locked in this early, though, given that there is everything ever still available for them.
I like that he has Ignite as well. He's like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Give me the Rengar. His King might be changing things up here. It is going to be Victor and Alistar.
Yeah, so Victor, as mentioned, very strong at the moment. Worth picking, putting that one onto Korn. He's played Victor recently as well, so it'd be nice to see him on that champion hyper-scaling style of damage output. They've got the big, overbearing frontline support tank now of the Alistar as well.
Yep, nice and flexible there for King as they take their 2 picks, but LGD can play just about anything around a Sivir here. It's simply a matter of how highly do they praise picks like Janna. And I think, honestly, what does TBQ want to play here? We've seen both these junglers really struggle as far as champion pool goes. So I think taking one now, probably a nice spot in the draft to do so.
This will be the lock-in. I would be surprised if they changed it. That'll be interesting.
There's Janna.
They're missing their engage option, so if they go for the Azir, it's still okay. They've got the last 2 picks as the option for it, but the fact that they've gone for the Janna, they don't want to go for the Evelynn jungle because they need some kind of reliable hard engage option to go with the Sivir.
Yep, and they pick Gragas there. Makes sense for TBQ as they'll pair Janna in as well. But Korn now going to highlight Evelynn. That's been the other pick we've really seen Huey play. And just in general, Rek'Sai, not bad, but just sort of dropped off the jungle pool a bit.
Yeah, it seems to be favoured by other things. Eve is this very unique jungle-based champion that is so different for Vision. It kind of puts people on the back foot and it allows a lot of unique plays to occur. We saw it in the first best of 2 with Ash Arrows being able to find people because an Evelynn had spotted them and stalked them.
Yep, and the Vision is important here for King. I think Huey does well with these sorts of picks. Certainly a jungler that can struggle to make an impact sometimes, but on the right champion can certainly do it. Name, though, going to take the Corki there into the Sivir, and there is Evelynn for Huey.
Yeah, they've picked up that Evelynn. They've got the Corki, so that bot lane, a lot of early pressure and damage that can come out of them around level 2, and especially the level 3 mark for the Corki. It's a nice bot lane. I question how it'll actually go against the Janna Sivir level 1 in particular. Could get pushed under the turret and have a rough time. LGD have locked.
Yep, there's Maokai for Flame and Azir for Godby. Left open for once, and Godby gets that champion nice and late.
Yeah, they pick up the Azir. They've got the front line again of the Maokai, and it's now a very well-rounded, in-your-face style of team comp. Reasonably low ranges, but a lot of damage between the Azir and the Sivir. The fact they've got the Maokai now to frontline to block damage. They've got a lot of zone control as well from the Janna and the Gragas. It's that really, really creative style of team comp where you can disengage and then re-engage, or engage then disengage at your will.
Yep, that's just the power of Gragas and Janna. So many options, even the Sivir there as well. Means that LGD can do just about anything they want, and with players like Imp and Godby, And a shot call like PYL, that's a scary thing to have to play against. But King, Insec has almost always got something juicy cooking. And it might be a Rengar, but it is instead going to be Fizz.
Yeah, they've locked in that Fizz. Does quite well against the Maokai. Is going to be good for Insec. It looks to me by having that Ignite that he's going to go for the earlier Trinity Force, try and keep down some lane pressure to ensure that Flame can't get around the map, or to give himself a lead, because Insec loves to win lane.
Yeah, he's really a carry-style top laner,
Yeah.
I feel like, for the most part. And certainly in recent weeks, he's just gone full-on solo queue.
Well, you look at the bans and you can really take that away from this game already, is that Insec is the threat of King at the moment, because he plays hyper carry style as a top laner. It's weird to say that he's gone from this jungle transition to the top lane, but he's also changed his play style, being in the top lane, to be a complete carry.
Yeah, and it's...
And here we are, King versus LGD in game number 1, as playoffs are basically on the line here for King from the get-go. They need to win out from this point onwards in the LPL, and their first test is a big one, as LGD have been just romping through people lately.
Yeah, LGD are looking unstoppable, but if any team can do it, it's the gatekeepers that we love and know as King. So, coming into this first game, King do have a lot on the line. They've got a lot that they still need to prove against this LGD side, but don't be surprised if LGD just play it standard. They take it to this King team and just make their life as miserable as possible.
Yeah, I think standard is certainly the aim here for LGD, and as a result, expecting King, in particular Insec, to maybe try and get creative. King have shown a lot of strength when playing aggressive, so I have a feeling that we're going to probably see a decent amount of that, as Zero and PYL gonna find each other. Zero wards down, but PYL steals all his pocket money.
Yes, close to a pot, I would say, just from auto-attacking the Alistar alone. So, very comfortable right now as the Janna, but the ward was placed by King. So, he's going to have vision of the red buff start, if it were to be a red buff start. It is not, though, as LGD have actually started at their gromp.
Yep, so some implied knowledge there at least, as Insec and Huey will begin things up here in the top side, but by the looks of current positioning, is just going to be standard lanes, as little minions going to be taken away there by King over on the blue buff, and looks like no procs taken there for LGD.
Yeah, so the little minion, the little blue buff minions start here, give them a bit of extra experience. Zero actually starting with the heal as well. Very weird. As
PYL, level 1. Shield's going to go down. Imp actually doing a nice amount of damage. Phosphorus from a little wide there, and Imp's just going to keep firing away.
Yeah, not bad. Again, the Phosphorus Bomb travels so slowly, especially being a low impact level 1 spell that if Imp just plays aggressively, it is pretty simple to dodge. But speaking of aggressive play, PYL is just giving it to them.
He is just stealing all their money right now. Zero and no, I don't really like this, but don't have control of the wave, so that level 2 all-in that I'm sure they wanted, they are not going to get.
No, they're not going to get the level 2 all-in. They've lost control of the lane already, and this is something that we have talked about, is that Sivir has the spell shield available and is able to completely deny any of the damage that a Corki can output, mostly around the level 2 mark, but can now control the waves because he has a Janna to boot at that level 1 with his shield. Wow, you are in struggle street now.
Yeah, and we've seen a bit of this matchup and just how good it can be for the Sivir, but when, if at all, does this maybe turn around for King?
So level 6 is a lot easier. It's still easy for him to have the spell shield there, but the wave clear is well and truly matched. As Godby
going for a roam. He's level 3. They do have a ward there. So a nice bit of vision is actually going to spot the dive. But that was real ambitious by LGD.
Yeah, that was an aggressive decision. A very nice ward from King, though, to have the forethought to actually put vision down and spot Godby on his travel towards the bottom lane. But yeah, that was aggressive. Didn't pay off, in saying that, Huey actually watching Azir walk out of the area, so maybe wanted to put something back onto him. Didn't have enough health to do so.
No, a little low there in the jungle right now. Zero is going to keep healing up. Name try and keep him safe. Evelyn, as you can see, does take the blue buff, but not quite level 4 just yet as TBQ sneaks in. Good combo there onto Imp. Nice damage being put down by King.
Yeah, they do put down a nice trade here though, King. They've got the Alistar sustain as well. He's probably going to start putting 2 levels into that heal at level 4. And they're going to be able to push through this onslaught that has been put in place by Imp and PYL. And the pressure that has been placed. It can start to get alleviated more and more. So actually not too bad in this bot lane. They did struggle level 1, but they've started to pull it back.
Yep, looking okay so far as Insec. Now on the top lane, we're checking with him and Flame. Even on CS so far, Fizz not quite able to get an advantage just yet. You can see Flame also gone back early, has himself double Doran's ring.
Yeah, it's a first buy strength, and from there onwards, the Fizz does get advantages over the Mountain. This stage of the game, though, it's usually fairly even. The Fizz just wanted to get through, get that challenging smite perhaps usually, but having the Ignite is more of the Trinity Force option, so try and get that Phage as soon as possible.
Good to get that all in from Insect there, as well as Huey gonna make his way down to the bottom side. Has smited the Raptor camp, so has a bit of extra vision if he wants to clear a ward. Gonna see PYL now spot him also there as he eats a hate spike, but China gonna be just fine there with the lane nice and pushed up.
Huey just trying to have some presence, prevent any deeper wards from being put in place here to ensure they don't have entirety of the dragon control. It's actually only in that bush now, and they're well and truly aware of where that ward is. It's also not an effective ward for spotting Evelyn.
No, we've seen this a bit from Evelyn's earlier play today. She's pretty tricky to spot out in the jungle with your regular wards, Rusty.
Does happen when you're invisible, so pretty hard to spot them. They need to be deeper wards, but in saying that, Huey actually getting a nice job down of preventing those wards to be any deeper than they already are.
Looking good so far. It's back in the top side. Insect level 6, but Flame bullying him a little bit here with that early item advantage. Name forced a Valkyrie away, as well as Imp has returned to the bottom lane, but with a pickaxe this time.
Yeah, so the pickaxe by the early aggression decision here may even just go straight for that Avarice Blade in response and look to farm through. As you can see, Corky's going for the Sheen option. Difficult to get the Sheen procs off. Wow.
Nice fish there onto Flame. Insect gonna tie him up. The ulti there for TBQ. Huge damage as he gets knocked back into the tower. TBQ will fall, but that damage was crazy.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. Insect getting demolished right there. Godby's just roaming.
Yeah, and Zero, who actually has come from the bottom lane, not going to get himself caught out of position. Godby, level 6 there, but doesn't use the ulti. Zero there as well. Knocks him away as Korn rotates himself back in. Chaos Storm barely lets Flame live. And the teleports here as well for Insect as he goes back through. Gravity Field slows. There's the stun now as Insect chases on. Godby with a nice ulti keeps himself safe. But a big roam from King.
Yeah, King actually putting in work right there and coming out ever so slightly ahead. It's the end result is that Insect is now able to sit there and farm top. Victor got a great stun as PYL is just going to walk his way through the turret back to safety. Shield himself and reset.
You can tell that the LGD bottom lane, not really worried when Zero leaves the lane.
Not slight concern whatsoever, but a nice fight in the top lane doesn't necessarily give King any type of advantage or lead. It's just presenting their strength at this stage in the game right now. LGD maybe wanting to take a step back and respect that is that though Godby has been putting a lot of time into roaming, he hasn't connected to a kill. Does still have a summoner advantage mid lane, which all in all is actually not too bad. But then you look at bottom again and the pressure that Sivir is able to put down onto this Corki if Alistar ever leaves, I think it'll start to revert back to standard.
As you can see, that's what's happening right now as TBQ resets the blue buff. Not ideal. But Godby going to get on top of that blue. Get it gifted to him there by his jungler. Continue farming there in mid lane.
Yeah, so everything is slowing down. Eve trying to get that big advantage. Hasn't bought anything besides the Rangers Trailblazer just yet, so the kill pressure is still fairly low for this jungler of King. Is going to be relying a lot on the actual teammates to put down the damage. Is just going to kind of be there to pickpocket, essentially, all of the kills and damage that he... Wow, nice.
Nice Nado there. Name playing with fire here as the ricochets come in. Imp wants it. Gets ulted up there by Zero. He pops in with that headbutt pulverize combo. But Name knows he has to run away. And Imp just doesn't care at all right now.
Really doesn't. Flame teleport.
Yeah, going in for the dive down the bottom side. Can't interrupt it with Evelyn. They'll go for the dive. Great ult there. Separates them. Name trying to find something. Oh no! Zero's headbutted PYL away. Alistar will fall as well. And LGD probably going to get the turret as well.
Corky deciding on a whim to just all in engage and try and get a pick onto PYL. But headbutted over the wall to safety right there. From Zero on that Alistar is nothing actually came from that, and so poorly timed as well from King to have Evelyn in the top lane as Flame teleported. They're going to get some nice damage down, some pressure onto that top turret, but meanwhile they're going to lose kills, a turret already, and the dragon.
You can see LGD already up by a bit more than 2,000 gold. Will take Dragon number 1 for themselves as well. And Flame will be up in time to stop Insec from pushing that tower. All of a sudden, things not looking good here for King in the first 10 minutes.
No, you can see the gold discrepancy already starting to mount and just grow for LGD. Surprising to consider that the gold lead is already that big at 10 minutes in the game, and it's only 3-1 kills. But the tower control and just the map control that LGD have always put into place, starting to reign supreme for them. They've found a small advantage from it. The question is, can they continue to do so, or can King actually turn it back around?
And Huey continues to camp the top lane. But Imp is going to come in with PYL, and all of a sudden, that 2v1 looking pretty awkward in a 3v2 here. Colin's kind of coming up as well, but TBQ's going to join in, and LGD just going to use their strength to take those turrets.
Yeah, so Victor's making his way around to kind of scare them a bit. They do have a lot of pressure actually being placed into the bottom lane here. Name looking for that turret himself to ensure that a positive trade comes out for King. 1-for-1 turrets.
Oh my.
Okay.
Godby all in there with a bit of help from TBQ. And that's a dead Victor.
Definitely a very dead Victor right there. Godby has just been unlocked in this game. The fact that he could be everywhere except mid, then just come back to mid and get a kill. Doing wonders for his team.
His team just so in control of the map at this stage. Name does get the tower in the bottom side, but LGD take 3 turrets to 1 now. Probably going to try and line up this mid lane. Would have been a nice window with Victor dead, but LGD going to go back, spend some of that money. And Godby, here's a
Nash's 2.
Here's a Nash's 2.
Yeah. He's going all in for the stats that it provides. The Sand Soldiers don't actually have the Nash's Tooth bonus magic damage on a hit, but it's still a very good item.
Imp caught out. Gravity Field won't quite connect, but Huey gonna race in. Does not pull the trigger on the ulti. And Imp very lucky to be alive.
King kind of feeling slightly disjointed in the way that they're playing. Of course, the Victor not actually having the ultimate right there. Imp able to be as aggressive as he would like, knowing that though there's a lot of damage, there's no instant kill threat. Whereas Godby now coming back to the mid lane with an entire Nash's 2 opposed to just the Stinger, which is standard, definitely has kill pressure. His attack speed, his cooldown reduction, and his bonus ability power are through the roof. So though he's not getting the bonus magic damage from the Gnash's Tooth passive. The stats are still providing him enough combat effectiveness that he's actually probably still ahead of this Victor.
Yeah, even on CS, but with that kill, that Gnash's Tooth going to start doing work here as LGD roam into the mid lane trying to take out a tower, but Con has a lazy to say about that before they can get any sort of work done.
Yeah, he's a Victor. It's very difficult to try and siege against the Victor. The line wave clear that he has, if you can catch a minion wave moving towards the turret, is just unrivaled to say the least, especially at this period of time in the game. The first buy just gives you that instant wave clear.
Yep, full TBQ.
Spotted him.
Yeah, lucky not to get Insec. Goes back, gets a Sheen, has his Phage now as well, so King are working on the Trinity Forces, but do need to wait it out, sort of get to that first power point of their team comp in this game, and have fallen behind in the early stages, so they're trying to defend their jungle, but TBQ doing a nice job trying to take it.
I like what LGD are doing here, TBQ in particular, I suppose, is that they're not sitting all mid for that mid turret. It's so difficult to siege against the Victor. So instead they're poking it, they're pressuring the mid, forcing them all to be there, and then they're taking jungle. They're pressuring places where Victor's wave clear is not necessarily a factor at all. It comes down to the execution of a team fight, and if King want to fight something, or if King want to take a jungle creep, they do have to fight for it. And this is LGD, they're not fighting under the turret, they're fighting on their terms.
Yep, and that's exactly what they want here as LGD. Playing well to the top side of the map, might be lining up a dive there. TBQ, I think, thought about it, but Flame going to wander down to the bottom side, push that out for himself as well, and LGD will reset and steal the blue buff.
Again, stealing another jungle camp. Look at the vision they have around the map. The deep pink wards that they're placing to spot the Evelyn as well. An adaptation on generic ward placement is that the pinks are now deep, the green wards are now reserved or on camps in particular, just to try and spot the King in rotation. They're controlling the red, they then control the blue buff, and now they're just denying and bleeding out this Evelyn to be non-factoral basically in the next fights. And you can see they're just walking around the map finding pink wards now. They're on pink ward scouting duty.
Yep. Need to take them out. Huey especially does not like it when those are on the map, and Insec gonna pop down to the bottom side and challenge Flame for this farm, but Marco's only getting stronger. Flame goes back. Righteous Glory is now being completed. Infinity Edge up for Imp as well. All of a sudden 25 seconds, till this next dragon, and LGD looking nice and strong.
They are looking very strong. I would actually be quite surprised if King tried to contest this, though they are strong themselves. The Trinity Force is done for Corkin, Morellos are done for Victor. The Fizz doesn't have anything really, and is not going to be able to do a whole lot for this fight. It comes down to the terms of which they want to engage their fights on. LGD have the vision available, they've denied the vision of King, then they can very easily fight or just start the dragon. But if King can get in there, if the Eve can get a flank or get down a great ultimate, then King can still win.
They can. Getting harder as the game goes on. LGD continue to grow that lead. Dragon up now though. No team going straight to it. LGD maybe a bit more interested in taking out this mid turret. But Victor, like you mentioned, Rusty, making that pretty tricky. As Zero catches someone. Imp gonna pop his ulti. Huey looking for that flank. That's who they wanted. They will get him. Insect now diving in, but he misses the fish. Now he's gonna get chased down as PYL, lucky to be alive. Insect will chase, he'll get the kill. But the trade will come in as Sivir gets the double. Now Zero forced to pop that ulti. Name way too low in the backlines. Will almost die to the sapling of Flame. Flame will run in. He wants to secure the kill. Gravity field down, but Twisted Advance takes him out. And that's 4 kills for LGD.
And this is what we were talking about, the possibility of the flank from Evelyn. But the response from LGD was to just kill the Evelyn outright and not let a flank actually erupt. And they play that very smart. They adapt to the position of the fight. They kill very easily the Evelyn. They then translate that to the rest of the LGD side. Insec, not long for the world. They play it so smart. They're now going for the dragon. And it just feels like, again, they're being bled out here, King. And every single fighter engaged that has happened since the start of this game has just ended up getting worse and worse for them.
Yeah, bleeding out pretty quickly here as well. About 7,500 gold up already for LGD, as we'll see this again.
Yeah, so Evelyn gets the engage from the flank, but all of LGD actually just completely turn it around. Even the explosive cast was used. The fish doesn't connect onto Godby, and the Victor ultimate is not enough to secure just him. So they very easily translate that. Zero, try as he might to hit the spells. The Valkyrie even being cancelled by Flame's Arcane Smash. He can very easily now just walk under the turret, secure it with a twisted advance. Korn doesn't have the mana to actually do anything from that stage. Rest of LGD playing cleanup duty on the other side.
Yep, great fight there from LGD to get themselves into a real nice spot in the game. And Baron up in a minute 30, not an unrealistic option for a team that's now real far ahead in this game. And that Nash's tooth for Godby is quickly turning into a Zonya's second.
Yeah, so he's so far ahead at this stage in the game that even the non-effectiveness of the passive of that Nash's tooth is completely irrelevant because the items that he has is just exceptionally far ahead.
Sex found Flame, Fish will land. Huey trying to chase down.
Huey.
Yeah, pathing wrong way a couple times there as Flame. Just happy to chase them down. Actually fancying the fight as Godby's coming up as well. There's Insect. Will spot off that Azir. And the Sand Soldier damage is going in. Godby secures the kill.
Yeah, very easily done for them right there. As Insect said to engage, but Huey did not know which way to walk to actually get that engagement off. It was a very easy kill there, essentially, for LGD. And the gold lead's starting to grow.
Yeah, Flame just too tanky there. I mean, even if Huey had been there in time, I don't know if they have enough.
No way.
As Flame gets home guard boots now as well, so they're going to have super powered teleports when he does choose the next one. And Imp with an Infinity Edge and a Zeal plus a Null Magic Mantle for that QSS. Things are looking out of reach now for King, despite the double Trinity forces.
Yeah, so they've hit their power spike almost. They don't have the Sork shoes on either Corki nor the Fizz if they were going for that option. I'd say it's Merc Treads for the Fizz, to be fair. But they haven't completely hit that power spike. They're well and truly on the way to it. They're about 2 to 5 minutes away from that. And if ever there was a time for King to come out ahead in a fight, it would be before the game is completely carried away by item advantage. You have to keep in mind an entire zone use is now done for Godby.
Yep.
And they're about an entire item ahead in respective gold leads. But the power that comes from these Trinity Force spikes is still enough to find a way back in, maybe, not definitely.
Well, Flame going to find Huey there as he walks through the King jungle. No one there in time to take him out, but Huey not really interested in fighting that Maokai.
No. Don't really think there's an opportunity where anyone can fight the Maokai at this stage in the game. Has his 2 core mid-game based resistance items, is essentially unkillable, and then has the Righteous Glory to boot, let alone being a Maokai that has all of his spells to prevent that from happening. TBQ playing flank at the moment.
Yeah, nice little positioning there, but doesn't quite find it. LGD, though, will take tower number 5 for themselves. 9-2 up in kills, and 2-0 up in dragons as Godby might quickly make it 6. As all the tier 2 turrets are now dead. Huey out of position, gets knocked up. TBQ gonna look for it, and Imp's able to clean him out. Zero gonna dive into the backline, gets a good knock up, but it's not quite enough here as Name trying to kite back. Zero, that ulti wears off, and he will fall down to Gragas as TBQ, the surprise double kill.
Yeah, picks up the first kill with the barrel and explosive cast combo. Seems like he really wanted to kill himself there for some reason, but this gold lead just stretching. 11,000, the Baron now at 21 minutes in this game is the consideration.
LGD After those 2 kills, run quickly to the Baron area. And Godby gonna poke in there. Plenty safe as PWL gets fished by Insect. Will drop there as Korn actually gets that kill. Now Name gonna dive in, but it might be too much. He's going crazy trying to pick it up at Flame. Puts a rest to that nonsense. Insect, playful trickster's over, but TBQ tags him with a body slam. And Insect's trying to escape, but Godby seals his fate.
Not a chance. In saying that, they got them away from the Baron, which was important for them to do. Manly play from Name, to say the least. He just went straight in and did not hesitate to try and put down damage. Missing a couple of the rockets was unfortunate, but again, the most important part of that entire trade just there, they didn't get the Baron.
True. Just a couple kills now as LGDs find themselves 12,000 plus gold ahead, dragging up in 55 seconds here as well, as major items are being finished and the next one started about as quickly here for LGD. Flame has a frozen heart to join in with that glacial shroud. A locket completed there for TBQ. The next need to see large rod there for Godby, and a Phantom Dancer plus the makings of some sort of lifesteal item there for Imp.
Yeah, that is a lot of items for LGD at 23 minutes in this game. King again, they're struggling to find any way back in. Insec has shown he's got the damage. He destroyed PYL, but it is only the Janna who has an ardent sensor.
Yep.
So that's interesting.
I saw the Aether Wisp earlier.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of what item that could be. I'm like, he's not building Litbane. That'd be crazy talk. But I couldn't think of which support item built out. Today I learnt it is Ardent Sensor. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's actually got the Azir to put it on as well, so
Actually like it. Just get in there, hit Monsoon. Attack speed everywhere.
everyone's got attack speed.
I like it. Creative at least from PYL.
Maybe he's far enough ahead that he doesn't really care what the jungle or the support item is, but saying that, there are valid uses for it. Insec is so far out of position
Yeah.
that he's just trying to
Yeah, he's
run.
running to the tier 2 turret, hoping that he makes it in time enough.
So King are trying to get mid at the same time as Insec, just trying to live for as long as possible.
He's buying time. Insect does have his ultimate. Nice Q there to a minion. Gonna dive straight towards the base turrets now.
He's going on a journey.
He's going on a journey. Maybe runs towards the Nexus turrets. Might actually live. He does want him. Insect's actually kind of tanky. Still not tagged. PWL's going to cut him off. Great tornado. And that might seal it. Imp eats a fish. Gets blown back by the Monsoon, but Insect's still alive for now. Not now, as the explosive cast hits him, and Imp's able to take him out.
They chased him on a wild ride across the entire map, from the bottom to the Baron. And what conveniently timed placement here from Insect.
King couldn't even get the mid tower as Korn eats obscene amounts of damage from Azir. LGD gonna disengage to get some kills. Korn will die as Imp takes him out. They'll keep running in. Zero, good knock up there. Imp a little too aggressive. Name will take him out with a crit. Gets the 500 gold bounty. Zero is dead though. And the rest of King are being chased out of their jungle.
Yeah, again, LGD are just so far ahead that they're just running away with this game. They're just kind of having fun. And this is a whole lot of red wards are going to spot them doing that Baron. The teleport.
Yeah, Insect's back alive now. Gonna try and make a difference. Name's here as well. LGD maybe a little too much here as Insect's looking for Godby. He needs it. Doesn't get it. Name. Now on the other side as Godby has a nice flash, but Name will Valkyrie himself away. And the Baron once more will be stopped.
That Baron just does not want to go down at all here. LGD try as they might. King are just throwing themselves at LGD's face to prevent any Barons from being taken in this game. Seemingly the hottest commodity possible, because it's a way for LGD to try and end. So very important that they don't get the Baron, but they're also getting lots of kills for it.
Yeah, King unfortunately aren't really trading those kills. Nami actually got a nice bounty, so he'll collect some gold here. But at least they're buying some time, because if there's one thing King desperately need in this game, it is more time.
They could not get more of it at this stage in the game. They're desperate for that time. 26 minutes, 30 seconds in the game. The gold lead 15,000 already.
Yep.
Getting pretty big.
Looking tricky here as Flame's going crazy in the backside. Zero initiating though. Finds Godby and PYL. Huey's there as well running defense. Zero getting slowed. Does die there as Godby. That build is absolutely disgusting.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
40% slow from Sand Soldiers. What more could you want?
See why Azir
In an item.
receiving some of those bans. Like,
Yeah.
Azir was good before, but arguably even better now.
Definitely. Item changes favor Azir quite heavily. King are going to throw themselves again, I would imagine, at LGD.
Seen this movie before. Does not end well for King. Insect gets shot out there as Godby gets thrown back in by Insect. Huey trying to find something as Insect trying to stay alive. Does not though as him. Crits him to death. Gonna chase down Nami. Boomerang Blade will land on both sides. Godby gonna take out Eve there as well. And the Baron buff, I think, attempted
It's
two
still
men
going.
here. Should be able to take that. So LGD get their cake and eat it too. PWL's trying to clear some
no.
wards.
Are they gonna
Oh
die?
no! The Baron gone! Oh, he can't steal it. Godby got it. And now Corn's in trouble. Flame locks him up. Godby pops his Zonyas. And Imp gets the kill. And one mess of a Baron fight.
Just like that, the Baron eventually does fall. The Shuriman Emperor dividing them away from the pit thought it was going to be enough. But they actually just commit to the fight again, LGD. They don't want to risk the Baron being stolen. So they do pick up that Baron in the end. But Imp is just going so manly that it doesn't even matter.
No, and that's PYL clearly supporting that cause here on Jana. Got an Ardent Sensor and now a Zeke's Herald.
He definitely does have a Zeke's Herald. That's full Imp. Look at that attack speed.
Boom. Shield
Ardent
on.
Sensor Zeke's Herald build.
Pretty good.
It is the sit next to Sivir and make the generally not a high damage AD carry a high damage AD carry.
Yep, and at this point, Imp's going to have enough damage regardless. He has 3 offensive items, including a Blade of the Ruined King. A QSS already done there as well for his defensive choice, and just about all the help he could ever need from a support.
Could always have more damage though, Pastry.
You could.
And PYL is making sure that that is what is happening, giving him as much as possible, and even the Eye of the Storm to boot. So, I don't think we'll see Sivir die anytime soon. I don't think we'll see Sivir 1v1.
Just going in. They've dived the tower. They've already killed Korn. Zero going to be the next target here as Insects dives in. Exhaust onto him. Might be enough to kill him. They do actually take him out. Name and Insect trying to keep this game in their grasp. But I'm not sure they've got it. Insect getting locked up, but the damage is there. LGD.
They're in the base still
Maybe a
stuck.
bit too aggressive.
It's not your base, LGD. Where are you going to go?
Well, TVQ tanks it up. They'll walk out and re-engage.
Okay.
Name gets absorbed by Godby's ultimate. Huey's going to die as well for the double.
That was instant.
That was instant. We don't talk about the Azir burst damage too much, but that's what Godby's gotten. And this game is looking like done here for King. And business as usual for LGD.
10-0-10. This is here right now.
It's not bad.
I'm not surprised that he instantly blew someone up, but that is ridiculous.
I am surprised that he got Azir.
Yeah, I am even more surprised now that he's played the Azir game out that he got Azir. In saying that, I guess LGD, they find their first inhibitor. They've still got the Baron buff. He's going to pick up his blue, and now it's on them to look to just close out this game as systematically as possible, as Vici-esque as you would like.
Yep. It's one of those things as well with Azir where he's been so strong and so prominent in the LPL that I just forgot that the right last thing had happened.
Yeah, 513, right, those changes to the Azir soldiers, increasing the slow amount and the build path in particular. Imp just decided his ult's off cooldown.
He wants to do something. He's found maybe Huey. Oh, PYL. What's Name? Huge tornado after the monsoon. And Name left for dead as Imp takes him out. Godby going absolutely ballistic. Takes out one as he's going to make it another. Imp, though, with that kill. Godby trying to keep that perfect record alive. He's got him low, but Imp's got a triple kill. King get aced and LGD